My name is Greg McCullough. We're coming to you again from the Altar Self Mindset Set. Here we've got some things we want to cover today. We're going to try and get you a better understanding about things. Have to do with your spirituality. What we're going to talk on today is discovering the law of sacrifice. The best way to understand this is to understand that it is a law, and in that we're going to cover several laws, the greatest of which holds all the laws in their potential, which is give and it shall be given. Give and it shall be given. Now, when most people think of giving, they think in the physical, and what the flesh considers to be given would be that you have to, it's like losing something, like you're losing at something. Like if somebody's, giving you something, that means that they've lost something that they're giving you. But in the spiritual essence, there has to be this factor of, to the understanding that, people have to make a place for the good that they desire. Okay, so when you understand something in the spiritual, realize it has to become empty before it can be made full. So it's give and it shall be given. The thing that you have that you can give is something of a lower nature to receive something of a higher nature. Okay, so to unlock the potential of God, you have to give up a place inside of you to release His factors inside. You don't ever hear of a flower that in its expression just happens instantly. You never hear of that. And there's a good reason because of that. This is the dynamic that God would use in all of His law. Okay? It has to give its potential a one day at a time event. Okay? So realize when you give up things, it's going to take more than just one giving up to get this to happen. It's going to take the factor of giving this up on a daily. You becoming the different program. Okay? That's what God wants to work through. He wants you to have that so you can be established. He wants you to have it so that you learn discipline in it. Learn that this is the way that all things happen. And what you learned when you got saved was you learned a pattern for things to come. You learned a pattern. See, Jesus hung on the cross and He provided salvation. But salvation is just that. It's a process that it's a daily sacrifice. A daily sacrifice. Anything that comes into this world with the express image of God has to come through a daily sacrifice. If you know anything about plants, you would understand that a morning glory has to close up every single day before that it can be made beautiful the next day. And it just becomes better and better and better. A rose, it gains its, when you see it and it's in the springtime, it's got a little tiny bud set and it's trying to become something magnificent. But realize if we try to open up the rose, it's just a mess. It just looks like distorted and weird looking. The best thing we can do is allow the increase of God to happen, and in that release His potential, and it comes open beautifully, and it comes unfurled, and it becomes magnificent. So when we try to open up things on our own without the hand of God, we just kind of make a mess of things, or we get frustrated in it. And so when we realize this is a discipline every single day, and realizing the process too takes good and bad working together, okay? You've got to be able to give yourselves orders and follow it, okay? Give yourself order and follow it, all right? This becomes a matter that's having to do with faith, okay? Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. So if you could see it, or if you could take it and fix your problem with it immediately, it wouldn't have to do with faith. Faith is a daily walk with God. This is where you have to join in hands with God and come to these determinations on your own that He's trying to work together for you. Okay, the things that may seem to be bad can be considered to be something that's trying to help you. This is where I help people a lot of times. They say, well, why did this happen to me? Well, they wouldn't be questioning why it happened if they understood the process of sacrifice. See, the issues of life are designed so that you'll give up this place of the lower nature to receive in potential the thing that is of faith from God. If you would almost be looking for the opportunity for this to happen. Like, where could I give more of the thing up that's the old model to receive the thing that's of the newer model? It's the better approach. This to give you a foundation. It makes you strong in your faith. Okay, that you'd work with things that are in reality. Because no one ever has one perfect day after another perfect day after another perfect day. You say, well, people have a lot of money these days. No, they don't. I can tell you that, because with reality comes along this part that we agreed to as being a spiritual idol. Okay? And that is that all things work together for the good to them that love God. Okay? So we're trying to release this potential. And the potential has to have magnificence in the fact of you have to give God the credit for it. So, in that, the more that you would set your goal to be something really high, something very far out, like here, I would love to achieve this in my life. The more you set of that intention, the more you have to join hands with God's to get it. Okay? That is that what would be magnified of God. This would show His potential in your idea. Okay? And you get a chance to give your potential through your unique choices you'll make to be able to do it. Okay, so becoming in harmony with the law, and to give it, it shall be given. All right, so you have to give in the ideas that you have out of your uniqueness to be able to get you in hand with God to have this happen. Now, and so realize in that, this would be a place that it's every single day, you looking for the thing, not necessarily trying to find what's bad, but realizing when it comes along that it should be taken in a different perception. If you don't have to use your spiritual faculties in any of this, and I've mentioned them before in one of my previous videos, the fact of it being the will, your reason, your imagination, your perception, your intuition, and your memory. Okay? These are the things that you have rule and reign over to use to make your choices. If you're just making your choices out of what you can see in front of you, that's not any spiritual walk at all. What you need to do is try and overcome things that are of principle. Okay? I realize you're in some kind of a battle continually for this, and put on a good contention. All right? Contend for the faith. I mean, like, believe in things that are true to you based on your unique existence rather than have suggestiveness from everyone else. Realize your potential in it. There's not another one like you on the planet. You're the most valuable item. The biggest and highest commodity to God is the fact that He would use you uniquely. To have an experience here, that's what He has to have. If you're just like acting like everyone else, that doesn't give God a unique experience. If you're conforming to everyone else's ideas and you won't think outside the box, being you're the box, if you don't think outside the box, you're not giving God His full potential. So what you have to do is you have to realize this and say, God is sending me through how I think and how I'm behaving and in my attitude about things. And, this potential, and all I have to do is unlock it by giving. So when it comes time to do that, we have to be persistent every single day with this idea that if I do this, I'll become this program that learns to receive out of the mind of God everything that's already put there. It's put there like a pear. Like He already put it in fashion. What we have to do is use this former that's inside of us to form with imagination the idea that we want to come forward. If I know anything about praying, I think we have to see it better for others than they can see it for themselves. So if the idea is that you would do for your neighbor as yourself, just realize you can do this praying in that way. You can release the potential of God onto maybe someone's idea of what they can't see for themselves. You can give them money, but their character might not be enough to be able to keep the money. Or you could give them a house, but eventually they're going to lose the house because the character is not adjusted. Okay? So in that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to give people, a better understanding of what they are and using the law to do that. But remember, there is this thing that if we give, it shall be given. And with that, I'll wrap it up, and we'll bring you to another video later on. Thank you so much for your time.